Hi everybody, Shane here at the Brick House, back again with another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing this incredible Joker's Pub MOC build designed by BrickAtive. Now the name might sound familiar because BrickAtive is the same person who did the medieval Smitty alt build that I built a few months ago, and he is an incredible designer with a lot of great MOCs, so let's not waste any more time and get right into it. This build is a 3,450 piece build that took me a little over a month to build, not because it was so incredibly complex, which it is, but just because it took me so long to part all of the pieces. Full disclosure, about half of these pieces are Lego and half are off-brand pieces that I needed just to complete the build. To build this MOC with all authentic Lego pieces would have cost almost $1,000, and I just wasn't really ready to spend that kind of money to put a MOC together. Now, as typical the case 99% of the time is when you first build this MOC, you build this base, which is a 32 by 32 base plate, and you build this really nice walkway, this city street on the front, and he also carries that detail into the back of the building, so there is a front and back sidewalk. The building is about the width of the bookstore. It doesn't take up the entire plate, and the first thing you begin building is the Joker Pub, and then the base of what is actually kind of a cell phone or electronics store. You begin building the front wall of the base, and you build the bar inside, which I'll show you in a minute, and as you begin building the bar up the walls, you finally get to what I believe is one of the most amazing pieces of this set, which is the actual spelling of the Joker's Pub. Now, this takes a lot of flat tiles. Each one of these letters is probably 10 or 12 Lego pieces. And as I said before, this is a 3,450 piece set. And just in reference, I think the police station is a little less, or right around 3,000 pieces. So it is clear that this designer has a vision in his mind of what he wants his modular to look like, or what he wants his building to look like, and then he will go to whatever steps necessary to achieve that vision. So he uses a lot of bricks to achieve his results. These letters are pressed together, as I said, with tiles, and then there's a hook on the back that clips in, and they actually slide up and down into place. Then you make this wonderful front cafe piece, and over here you make the beginning that house the cell phone electronics store. And now let's look inside the building. So inside the pub, you can see that there are glasses and bottles that you put together over here, and this is the bar. And there are tables and chairs for the patrons. One of the really clever things that has been created is there is actually a Joker sitting on the wall that you build piece by piece as you build the wall up. So you can see that they bring the motif of the Joker Pub into the pub itself. And then over here, you have the cell phone shop where there is a counter where the person can sit and speak to the patron about different cell phones. There are some printed pieces for some cell phones here on the wall. I don't know what LOP means. It might be something in a foreign language that means something. I'm not really sure, but it's on the back of the building as well as on the wall. You're going to notice that there are some studs inside the buildings that may not have pieces on it. This is basically just because there are a few printed pieces that are required for the set. I just didn't source them. One, they were hard to find, and two, when I did find them, they were very expensive, and so I've left them off for now. So let's get on to the next level. The next level of the building is the office part, and this once again has incredible facade, which I'll show you in detail when we get back to the front of the building. This incredible Gothic roof architecture, really detailed, really well put together roof. And the reason why I'm not showing you the top build is because on this section, the designer has created a flip top of the top piece, so you can look into the building by flipping it up. And so now if you can look inside the building, you see this wonderful kind of computer lab section with these really modern stairs leading up to a second floor where it looks like they have coffee and more computer parts. As I said, you see this tile is missing something because this is where a printed piece should go. But you see the inside is really modern. They even have a modern piece of art here on the wall. You can see all of the computer terminals here. Just really nice detail inside the MOC. And I love the playability where you can open it up and play with it. There are a lot of illegal build techniques in this building. Some of them I think cause some issues with the building, which I'll get into. One of them, as you can see, is a window here where there is quite a large gap on either side of the window. So you close this back down and you see it has a wonderful flip that works really well. Once again, you see these really large modern windows, which is a kind of a motif throughout the building. You'll see that there's even an entryway here on the side. And so the reason why you have all of those side entryways into the other pieces of the modular is because of this centerpiece. And what this centerpiece is probably one of my favorite parts of the modular. And this actually is an elevator shaft. And so as you can see here, you can enter through the first floor, and then there is a door here, depending on if you're the second floor. And in the back, there is an elevator shaft that actually takes them up to the second and third floor, which I think is just absolutely fantastic. What an incredible design. Now this does work. There is a lever right here that raises it up. I'm not going to fully raise it up because it does get stuck from some time, and putting this chain together was very painstaking getting it set up. But as you can see, once again, it has this full glass window elevator that you see in many modern elevators. The designer has a door that he puts here to cover this space. It's a rectangular door. I left it off because I didn't like it. This once again speaks to the designer really having a vision and then sometimes having to make do with what he has. You could also see some illegal building techniques here on the roof. But he really wanted to get this design and this aesthetic, which I really applaud him for. I mean, to be able to have this vision in his mind and put this together, I think it's just incredible. And so I really love this elevator shaft. I don't even think I've seen this on a Lego modular, or at least not that maybe the haunted house has kind of a trapdoor mechanism. And so here you have the completed modular. This, once again, is the Joker's Pub by BrickAtive. I think it's absolutely incredible. This designer has many other incredible MOCs. There's the music store, Victor's Lab, Antique Shop, the fire station, the Boot Black Street, and the town hospital. My plan is to build all of those modulars and put them together as a cityscape because I think they all work really well together. Let me know which one you would like to see me build next. As I said, this took me well over a month to build. Sourcing the pieces was incredibly challenging. If you have thousands of Lego pieces, this might be something you might want to attempt. If not, you'll have to buy some bricks that are secondhand or even off-brand. Just the incredible detail he puts into his buildings is astonishing. You know, from the pretzel, which is kind of more German or Eastern European. There's also another piece here that he puts in. I've left a few little pieces off because I either didn't have them or I didn't like them on it. But this MOC is 99.8% accurate to the original design. The design plans you can get on Rebrickable. They weren't that expensive. It's one of the most unique modulars. It is actually quite large, if you can see, compared to the boutique hotel, which stands about here, although it's not as wide. It's an incredibly detailed MOC. It actually comes together really well. As you can see from the back, it looks fantastic. That's my video for today. If you like this content, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.